So in preparation for flight, first thing I did, practice on the simulator. Now, this simulator you can get from nitroplanes.com, $19.95, $20. This thing's going to save you $100 in repairs, not to mention countless hours in not having to repair anything. So, I definitely recommend getting this. This is nice because the transmitter, it's a USB powered transmitter, so it needs no batteries, which is going to save you more money. And it's nice because you can practice planes, helicopters. I actually got this long before I had even thought about flying airplanes. I got this originally to practice helicopters with. And you can also download additional simulators. You can buy them and use this transmitter for them, but FMS works pretty good. When you first get it, you'll notice though that the sceneries and the models that you get, the planes and the helicopters, it all kind of sucks. So, expect that. But I did go ahead, search the internet. I found some really cool sceneries, some really cool models that you can download and install, and I put those links on my website, nutcase.com, as well as rcdiscuss.com, so you can find the links to those downloads. And one of the downloads I found was a model just like my Piper Cub. So I've been using that model to practice on before I go fly this. And again, that link is on my website, rcdiscuss.com. So, and actually I've got a whole bunch of downloads available. It's all free downloads, not going to cost you anything. You can download it, install it. You can also find the instructions for downloading and installing the add-ons, as well as installing FMS. So I definitely recommend getting the simulator. It's going to save you a lot of money. And now you will notice though that the transmitter for the Piper Cub here, it's a 3-channel transmitter. That's why it's only got a slider bar here. So all your practicing is going to be done with this stick. So when you do actually practice with this, if you just practice with this stick, when you get ready to fly, you're going to be a little bit more accustomed to just using this stick. Now, when you do get into more advanced airplanes, when you start to move past the Piper Cub, then obviously you're going to be using both sticks. But mainly, you're going to be on the right stick there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you what the FMS simulator looks like with the Piper Cub model, so that way you'll get a good look at that. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens when I actually go to try and fly this thing. So stay tuned. So again, I'm going to be starting off, my first airplane is the Piper Cub J3 from Nitro Planes there. So as you can see on the screen, I've got myself a Piper Cub model for the simulator. And what I'm going to be practicing on this is, because it's not going to take you a long time to figure out how to fly around, but what I'm going to be practicing on is my hand launches, because you can practice hand launching this, and as well as my landings. Hand launching, when you hand launch, you want to try to throw it straight out in front of you. Try not to throw it too high in the air, because what will happen is if you throw it kind of straight up, it'll stall. So on the simulator, it's going to throw it right in front of you. And what you want to do is you want to keep it nice and level until you build up your airspeed, because that's what you're going to want to do in real life. You want to keep it nice and level until you can build up your airspeed. And then obviously, again, landings, well, you're going to need to practice landings at some point in time or another. So I'll just show you a couple, see what I'm doing. When you hand launch, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be going full throttle. And again, you're going to be wanting to keep it nice and level. So for FMS, if you just hit R, you see it'll hand launch it for you. So I'm going to go ahead, throttle all the way up, and hand launch it again. Now you do want to practice doing nice wide circles, and on here, this airplane is going to be a little bit more responsive than in the Piper Cub J3. So, expect that. But again, you can see, just practice nice circles, try to get them nice and smooth. You want to make all your movements nice and fluid. Try not to be jerking the sticks around too much. And when it comes to doing landings, I'm going to get it back around. Normally you'll have some kind of a landing pattern depending on where you're flying, but a lot of times what you want to do is you're basically doing a big square. When you get right across from yourself, you want to make sure you're about at half throttle, and you're coming down and make the turn, coming down, still again no more than half throttle, final turn, and you should be cutting power and bringing it down. And again, this may not be really accurate as far as your landings go, but you just need to get the concept down. When you get to the real thing, the Piper Cub, it is a durable trainer there, so you'll be able to perfect your landings. but this is going to get used to the stick movements required to do so. Okay, it's going to be my absolute first flight. I'm going to try taking off from the ground. I know a lot of times it's going to be easier to hand launch it, but, well, I want to try off from the ground, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try. And yeah, doesn't want to launch from the ground, so try hand launching it. Figure at least with the snow, if I crash, I'll have some kind of padding. Oop. Now getting closer and closer. It's definitely going to take some getting used to, a lot different from my simulator, but nonetheless, it's getting there. I can see why this is going to be a lot of fun. Ah, there we go. Awesome. Now comes the snow blindness. Wow. Oh, I'm so happy I got to fly this thing today. Wow, that is cool. That is really freaking cool. In the sunlight. Yeah, cool. Coming in for landing. Cut the throttle. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Okay, I'm practicing my landings, and that's pretty much you come in, throttle down, and just kind of skid it along.